Well, good afternoon and live from Texas, this is the Will Cain Show. We're going to switch it up today, starting with a Fox weather alert. Battening down the hatches here in Dallas and really across most of the country as more than 240 million people in more than 40 states are in the path of a historic winter storm. We're going to bring you the latest, including where exactly it's hitting, when it's starting, and how folks should be preparing in a few minutes. Negative temperatures, though, aren't stopping Minnesota's anti-ice protesters taking to the street for a day of action. It's a pretty big crowd gathered out there this afternoon, holding signs, chanting, the works. While protesters do that, the left is taking to the airwaves with a new favorite narrative.
So now ICE is using a 5-year-old boy. A 5-year-old boy. They took him and used him to lure his father out, and now they've detained them both.
Any step in the direction of reining in and cutting the funding of an agency that is attacking U.S. citizens, that are kidnapping 5-year-olds, that are using them as bait to open doors, and that are privately circulating that they can violate everyday Americans' constitutional rights by busting into their doors, they deserve to be defunded.
Kamala Harris joining in on X. She wrote, Liam Ramos is just a baby. He should be at home with his family, not used as bait by ICE and held in a Texas detention center. I am outraged, and you should be too. Lying by omission, because there's one major detail these Democrats are leaving out. Why is this 5-year-old boy with ICE? DHS says he was abandoned by his illegal immigrant father when he evaded arrest. And as we learned just last hour from DHS, agents even tried to reunite him with his mother.
They got this child out of this danger. And Martha, they tried to bring the child into his mother's own custody. She wouldn't take him. This is even after our law enforcement officers told the mother that they would not be taking her into custody. They just wanted to bring her son over.
Another former Democratic hopeful, presidential hopeful, trying to address the misreporting. Dean Phillips writing on X, since I hate misinformation, I acknowledge the little boy was abandoned by his father, who fled ICE agents. I witnessed great compassion from CBP agents towards abandoned children when I visited the southern border a few years ago, and this little boy is in good hands. But what's happening in Minneapolis-St. Paul is a stain on all of us as the rights of Americans are being shredded. So close, yet so far. You see, the propaganda war doesn't stop there, so neither will we. Follow me, if you will, over to the wall. First up, a headline from Axios. It reads, immigration detention deaths reach 20-year high under Trump. Now, here is the reality, straight from DHS. There has been no spike in deaths, consistent with data over the last decade. Death rates in custody are at 0.00007%. As bed space has expanded, we have maintained higher standards of care than most prisons that hold U.S. citizens, including providing access to proper medical care. Okay, we move along because there is more, of course, to the propaganda war. This smear campaign has been brewing well before Renee Good's death. It was from back in November. This post was making the rounds. ICE in Charlotte. The guy in the headlock is a restaurant worker. Barbarians. Here is the reality, again laid out by DHS. Wrong again. This illegal alien from Peru is not a restaurant worker. This individual was evading arrest, ran from the scene, and fled into a nearby restaurant. Seen here as law enforcement attempted to rearrest this individual. He became physical with law enforcement, and they used their training and appropriate force. Still, there's more. Another example, this story amplified by ABC News. A 19-year-old college student who was on her way to surprise her family for Thanksgiving break was detained at a Boston airport and later deported despite a federal judge's order blocking her removal. That, according to her attorney. That was the pullout, the lead from ABC. Here is the reality, buried at the bottom of ABC's own article. In a statement to ABC News' Boston affiliate, WCVB, a spokesperson for ICE said Lopez Beloza had a removal order since 2015 and confirmed her removal. But no amount of claim versus reality can change the fact that once a narrative is out there, it catches catches like wildfire. No one is paying attention to the footnotes or the corrections or the clarifications. Just like with the BLM movement, progressives galvanized the public against law enforcement, convincing people a white police officer killed an unarmed black man. Hands up, don't shoot became a rallying cry. Cities burned. People died over something that did not happen. There is nuance to these situations, but the rhetoric being ramped up by our own leaders isn't designed to arrive at that truth.
We're a stand your ground state. We also have a lot of guns in Arizona. We're a gun culture in this state. And, you know, it's kind of a recipe for disaster because you have these masked federal officers with very little identification, sometimes no identification, wearing plain clothes and masks. And we have a stand your ground law that says that if you reasonably believe that your life is in danger and you're in your house or your car or on your property, that you can defend yourself with lethal force.
Meantime, the man who wants to be California's next governor has a new campaign promise.
As governor, I'll use my emergency powers and I'll tell every state agency we are not, as a policy, hiring ICE agents.
If you're going to wear a mask as an ICE agent in your state, I will take away your driver's license. If you work for ICE, you will be unhirable in the state. If you're going to work for fascists, forget about working in the state.
Well, as it turns out, voters overall, including a majority of independents, support the administration's deportation efforts. So what's the solution here? How do you break the propaganda? Is it a rebrand?
I like ICE. They do a job. We need them. Immigration, custom, enforcement. What's wrong with that? And I realize, I think it's the name. They don't like the name ICE. Sounds so cold, so impersonal. Remember Top Gun, Iceman? Just started with the word national. National Immigration Custom Enforcement. Nice. Good luck at that rally, AOC, trying to abolish nice.
What is and why are the left inflaming an already tense situation? Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.